dream out can be there.
Good morning everyone, how you doing? It's Paul here from Unusual Things. Now this morning we're in Streatham Park Cemetery and we've come to find the final resting place of Desmond Dekker. Now Desmond Dekker was a Jamaican ska, rocksteady, musical singer, songwriter, influencer to a certain extent, as he had a big influence on Bob Marley's career. So yeah, we're going to go and find his final resting place. I'll tell you all about him. So if you like the video today, please give it a thumbs up. You don't have to do it now, do it when you watch it if you want. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Now this cemetery here is quite big. It's flooded as well. That's the way to say it. And from previous experience of being here, it feels like there's 1,000 eyes watching you. There's lots of people that work in here, and they're constantly, what's he up to? What's he doing? You know, which I suppose isn't a bad thing because they're looking after the place. I get that completely. However, when you're just trying to do your work and film, you know, it's a bit off-putting sometimes, shall we say. Anyway, we'll carry on now and I'll tell you a little bit more about the life of Desmond Dekker. Desmond Dekker was born on the 16th of July 1941 and died on the 25th of May 2006. He was a Jamaican ska, rocksteady and reggae singer, songwriter and musician. Together with his backing group, the Aces, consisting of Wilson James and Easton Barrington Howard, he had one of the earliest international reggae hits with the Israelites in 1968. Other hits include 007 Shanty Town 1967, It Mek 1969, and You Can Get It If You Really Want 1970. We all know that, don't we? You can get it if you really want. Great song. Desmond Adolphus Dekker was born in St Andrew Parish, Greater Kingston, Jamaica on 16th of July 1941. He spent his formative years in Kingston from a young age and he regularly attended the local church with his grandmother and aunt. This early religious upbringing, as well as Dekker's enjoyment of singing hymns, led to a lifelong religious commitment. Following his mother's death, he moved to the parish of St Mary and later to St Thomas. And it was whilst at St Thomas that Dekker embarked on an apprenticeship as a tailor, before returning to Kingston where he became a welder. And here we go yet again, more interruptions. His workplace singing had drawn the attention of his co-workers who encouraged him to pursue a career in music. In 1961 he auditioned for Coxcomb Dot, Studio One and Duke Reid Treasure Isle, though neither audition was successful. The unsigned vocalist then auditioned for Leslie Kong's Beverly's record label and was awarded his first recording contract. Despite achieving a record deal, it was 2 years before Dekker saw his first record released. Meanwhile, Dekker spotted the talent of Bob Marley, a fellow welder, and brought the youth to King's attention. Ooh, that looks a bit flooded down there, doesn't it? Let's go up over this way, shall we? In 1962, Judge Not and One Cup of Coffee became the first recorded efforts of Marley, who retained gratitude, respect and admiration for Dekker for the rest of his life. Eventually in 1963, Kong chose Honour Your Mother and Father, written by Dekker, and the song that Dekker had sung in his Kong auditions 2 years before, which became a Jamaican hit and established Dekker's musical career. This was followed by the release of the tracks Sinners Come Home and Labour for Learning. It was during this period that Desmond Dekker adopted the stage name of Desmond Dekker. His fourth hit, King of Ska, backing vocals by Cherry Pies, also known as the Maytals, made him into one of the island's biggest stars. Dekker then recruited four brothers, Carl, Patrick, Clive and Barry Howard, as his permanent backing vocalists, to perform with him under the name Desmond Dekker and the Aces. In 1968, Dekker's hit The Israelites was finally released, topping the UK's single charts in April 1969 and also into the US Billboard Top 100. Dekker was the first Jamaican to have a hit in the US with Jamaican style music, and even his understudy, should we call him, Bob Marley, never had a UK #1 hit. The same year saw the release of Beautiful and Dangerous, Writing on the Wall, Music Like Dirt, Intensified 68, which won the 1968 Jamaica Independence Festival Song Contest, Bongo Girl and Shing-a-Ling. In 1969 saw the release of It Mek, which became a hit both in Jamaica and in the UK. Dekker also released Problems and Pick Me Girl, both of which were popular in Jamaica, although only Pick Me Girl managed to chart in the UK Top 50. In 1970, Dekker released You Can Get It If You Really Want, written by Jimmy Cliff, which reached #2 in the UK charts. Dekker was initially reluctant to record the track, but eventually was persuaded to do so by Leslie Kong. Dekker's version uses the same backing track as Cliff's original. Kong, whose music production skills have been a crucial part of both Dekker and Cliff's careers, died in 1971, affecting the careers of both artists for a short time. In 1972, the Rude Boy film The Harder They Come was released, and Dekker's 007 Shanty Town was featured on the soundtrack along with Cliff's version of You Can Get It If You Really Want, as well as other Jamaican artists' hits, giving reggae more international exposure and preparing the way for Bob Marley. In 1969, Dekker took permanent residency in the UK, and in 1984 he was declared bankrupt. Dekker died of a heart attack on 25th May 2006 at his home in Fulton Heath in London Borough of Croydon, England, aged 64, and was buried at Streatham Park Cemetery. He was preparing to headline the World Music Festival in Prague. Dekker was divorced and was survived by his son and daughter. Just filming, just talking to, just doing some filming and stuff. For me, for YouTube channel. Oh, right. I'm not filming anyone.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, you can't film in here really without permission.
Oh, can I have permission?
Not from me.
Who do I ask permission?
We have to through the company really.
What company? It's a cemetery.
Yeah, it's a cemetery. It's owned as a private cemetery.
Is it a private cemetery?
Yeah.
Ah, I didn't. Council. Oh, okay.
It's not council.
It's not council.
Private,
so who do I put the application? If it's private, it's not the council. Who do I need to speak to?
you need to speak to like our company, so it'll be our head office.
Who are they?
So it's Dignity.
Dignity. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you, I mean, you can speak to someone down at the office.
down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. No, I'm not filming anyone per se. I'm just walking through the grounds talking.
Yeah,
I'm not an auditor or anything like that. Don't worry about that. I'm not doing that sort of thing. I just walk along. I've got a channel where a lot of people like to see cemeteries and things like that. It's just I'm a celebrant myself, so it's very respectful. It's not anything that I do.
All it is just because we don't know if stuff goes out in the public domain.
Of course.
We're not aware of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's cool.
So, ideally,
yeah.
if you get permission,
then I'd come back.
Better, yeah.
Good stuff. All right, cheers, mate. Yeah, I'll go that way anyway. All right, thanks, buddy. Cheers. Dignity, he said, own it. Okay, so, but we'll have a walk past. We'll see if we can see Desmond's grave. If we can't, then I'll put a picture up for it, and it's been a bit of a wasted trip. I was going to do 2 more other ones in here today, but obviously I can't, so we'll escape. I'm trying to keep my eyes open for Desmond Dekkers on the way out. Well, I'm sorry to the Dekker family. I wanted to do a real good piece. Okay, so we're going to leave because, yeah, I'm not here to cause any aggro with people. I'm here to do my filming respectfully and then go. However, that's the first time I've encountered that with a cemetery. I know some of them do get a bit funny, and you know, I get it if you're filming people, you know, if you're filming services and whatever, I completely understand that. But when you're coming in early, film what you want and get out, and then someone moans. But I did have my suspicions earlier on, and I did say lots of eyes on you in this place. But there you go. He was all right. He's only doing his job, bless him. So there we go. We did try to get to Desmond's, but we can't. Because you can't walk around a cemetery with a camera. God, might film a bit of earth. Anyway, I'll see you all on the next one. Take it easy.